Falls Township Zoning Hearing Board. If everyone can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Before we get started with agenda items tonight, just some brief introductions. Court stenographer for tonight is Karen Browndorf. Zoning Hearing Board solicitors Keith Billymeyer. From the Township, we have Diane Baree, Matt Takita, and Ed Neubauer on Zoom. And if anyone is here for petition number 4, we are in receipt of a continuance request from the applicant's attorney in agreement with the Township. So I would need a motion on that before we get started. The June 9th meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Aaron. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Don. Nastasha, can you call the board?
Bill?
Oh, yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Yes.
Don?
Okay.
And I'm a yes.
All right. So petition number 1, Carmen and Tricia Moschitti, 290 North Olds Boulevard, Fairless Hills, PA, 19030, tax map parcel 13016-174, zoned NCR, requesting the following dimensional variances from section 20920 and table 1 to construct an addition which encroaches into the front yard setback, and 2, section 20920C1 and table 1 to construct an accessory garage which is 20 feet in height and which encroaches into the rear yard setback. How you doing, sir? If you please, whoever's presenting tonight, if you can, just please state your name for the record so you can get sworn in.
Carmen Moschitti.
Tricia Moschitti.
Thank you.
You have to get sworn.
There you go.
Raise your right hand, please, both of you. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if we can mark the application as ZHB1 along with the accompanying statement. 2 will be an impervious calculation sheet. 3 will be proof that the property was posted as required. 4 will be the applicant neighbor notification letter sent from Falls Township dated May 4th, 2026. 5 is proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier Times showing this matter was published April 28th and then again May 5th, 2026. 6 will be rendering plans of the proposed addition / structure. That is all the board exhibits. I'm satisfied the appropriate notices have been satisfied and this matter can proceed.
Okay, we're requesting variances for an addition put on the house. What are the dimensions of it?
The variances are on the front.
You have to speak into the mic
Oh,
one
I'm
at a
sorry.
time. I can't hear you.
Is that microphone
I'm sorry.
on?
I don't know. It's supposed to light up red like yours?
Hear you, go ahead.
You're good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're looking to get clear. It would be detached,
It's not-
yes.
I think
Yep.
that's probably why it's called that, but yeah, it's not,
Yeah.
nobody's living in it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not
You
gonna
have
be-
to speak into the microphone and one at a time, please. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, nobody's going to be living in it.
Okay, so just, just looking at it, looking at the rendering, nice 2-car garage, but it looks like it's got a second story to it with windows and almost like it's a bedroom.
No.
Yeah, it does look like that.
It just
of
looks
course.
like it.
Of
Yeah.
course it
This
does,
is-
yeah.
this is why I'm asking.
But there's going to be no bathrooms or anything like that inside that. It's more or less just a room for storage, activities for kids, extra space,
Okay.
All right, so if the board was to condition that there's no occupancy in that upstairs of the garage, you would agree?
100%, yeah.
Any other questions from the board? Anything from the Township?
Nothing from the township.
Okay. So I will need a motion to approve or deny this application. Oh yeah, any public comment? That was not. So we'll need a motion.
Okay. I move that the application of Carmen and Tricia Moschitti,
Yes.
Yeah.
requesting the following dimensional variances from the following sections of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to 1, section 209-20 and table 1, construct an addition which encroaches into the front yard setback. And 2, Section 209-20.c1 and Table 1, construct an accessory garage which is 20 feet in height and which encroaches into the rear yard setback at the property located at 290 North Olds Boulevard, Fairless Hills, PA, 19030, as depicted on the plans and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board, with the additional stipulation that there is to be no residence in that garage.
No plans of that whatsoever.
Second.
Motion by Aaron, I have a second by Nastasia. Nastasia, can you call the board?
Will,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
and I'm a yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Petition number 2.
Nicole Killeen is my cousin. As the board solicitor, I have no financial interest in this application. I don't vote on this application. I just wanted to state for the record that there is a relation to the applicant in case any of the board members feels there's a conflict.
Any issues with that from the board? No.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, if we can mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB 1. The accompanying statement, hardship letter will be marked as ZHB 2. 3 will be the permit denial letter sent from Falls Township dated April 13th to the applicant. 4 will be plans for the proposed addition. 5, the impervious calculation sheet. 6 will be proof that the property was posted as required. 7 are the applicant and neighbor notification letters sent to the applicant and the neighbors as required. That letter is dated May 4, 2026. And Exhibit 8 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier-Times showing this matter was published April 28th, and then again May 5th, 2026. That is all the board exhibits. I'm satisfied the appropriate notice have been satisfied. This matter can proceed.
Thank you. You guys stop.
So we're asking for a variance, basically just to put a walk-in closet onto our master bedroom. We had redone the house in 2015, I believe, and it wasn't as big as necessary. And that's all we're looking to do. There's not going to be any.
Too close to the.
Yeah, it's going closer to the property line, but that's all we're looking to do. It's not going to be another bedroom or anything like that.
Okay.
And I apologize, I couldn't get off, so I had to show up in the uniform I'm currently wearing, so.
Right. Any questions from the board?
None.
We will try to keep it quick. So, just on that side, is it fence? Is it, yeah, like what are you abutting up to?
Essentially just property line. We have a
Property
fence
line.
there.
Yep, okay.
However, we're going to, what's already there, the gates that we're just taking a section out essentially to move the outside of the house, the wall, closer to the property line. And then there is a Pico pole, but that's a little bit further up, so that shouldn't be affected either. And we have a fence with a gate, but the gate's staying in, so just this panel section of the fence is coming out.
Okay, great, thanks.
Any other questions from the board?
No.
Anything from the township?
Got a list of questions.
We can go, it encroaches on his property, so we can go further if you want.
Nothing from the township.
Any public comment?
He doesn't count.
Just need a motion on that.
Wow, I'm in the middle of something. I move the application of Matthew and Nicole Killeen requesting a dimensional variance from section 209-20 and table 1 of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to construct an addition which encroaches into the 10-foot side yard setback at the property located at 513 Austin Drive, Fairless Hills, PA, 19030, as depicted on the plans and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
I'll second.
Motion by Aaron, second by Bill. Nastasia, can you call the board?
Bill,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
and I'm a yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Petition number 3, Farna LLC, 131 Trenton Road, Fairless Hills, PA, 19030. Tax map parcel 13001-007, zoned NC, requesting the following variance from section 209-22B to allow wholesale used car vehicles, or, I'm sorry, wholesale used car sales with incidental appointment only direct-to-consumer sales in addition to the existing auto repair use. And 2, Section 209-22F1, to allow 2 uses in the same building where both uses will not maintain a minimum gross floor area of 750 square feet.
Mr. Chairman, if we can mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB1, along with the accompanying statement. 2 will be notification to the applicant's attorney providing notice of tonight's meeting. That was sent from Falls Township dated May 4, 2026. 3 will be proof that the property was posted with the required placards. 4 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier-Times showing this matter was published April 28th and then again May 5th, 2026. 5 are plans for the proposed business. That is all the board exhibits. Do you have the certification of service?
I do.
Okay.
Approved.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's a certification of service executed by my colleague, Rosie Wiggins, which shows that the proper service was sent on the neighboring place.
And just so the record's clear, the notice contained in the certification of service was sent to all the properties listed on the back page.
That's correct.
Great. What I'll do is I'll mark this as A1 for applicant 1. With that, I'm satisfied the appropriate notice have been satisfied. This matter can proceed.
Brennan, will your client be testifying? Does he need to be sworn in?
Yeah, he'll be adopting my testimony, so I think that's appropriate, Mr. McVeigh.
Can you state your name, please, and spell it?
Edward Ibrahimi. Ebrahimi, the last name.
You spell your first name.
Edward. Okay.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay.
So my name is Brendan Callahan. I'm from Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. I'm here on behalf of Farnet LLC and its owner, Edward Ibrahimi, who's the owner of the property located at 131 Trenton Road. By way of background, the property is about 0.58 acres and is part of the NC neighboring commercial zoning district. The property is improved by an existing 1,344 square foot structure, which was most recently a vehicle repair shop. It previously served as a gas station, but has been vacant since my client purchased the property earlier this year. The most recent motor vehicle repair shop was an existing non-conforming use in the NC district. My client is not in the motor vehicle repair business. Rather, he wants to operate a service station at that location and on the property. And he wants to move his wholesale used car sales business to that site as well. Specifically, my client's in the business of buying vehicles at auction and then selling them to local dealerships. He doesn't buy reconstructed title or anything like that. One of his largest clients is Fred Beans, but he also sells to the other local dealers. If the vehicles need any tuning up or minor repairs prior to resale, he would bring them back to the shop and then send the vehicles on their way to the dealer. The whole point of the operation is a cars in, cars out operation. He doesn't want any vehicles to sit on the lot in any way. That's why the vehicle repair use would be limited to a service station. It would cater to quick service customers and the services needed that go along with that, including oil changes, filter changes, tire alignments, things of that nature. As part of the business, he's requesting to have a very limited amount of retail sales at the location, which would be specialty vehicles that he would sell online. He would not have any vehicles advertised on the site. We're not having cars parked there with for sale signs or anything like that. And he's not attempting to make business from passerbys on Trenton Road there in any way. What he really sells are hobby vehicles, okay? Specialty vehicles with a specific market demand. For instance, my client recently refurbished and sold the 1960 Austin Healey, and the buyer drove in from out of state to purchase that. That's the type of vehicle that he's selling in the retail sales. You won't be seeing, as I stated, vehicles parked along the right of way with ticker tape banners or anything like that. And while the service station is currently an existing nonconformity, the proposed wholesale business with those incidental online retail sales will be a new use on that site. And as a result, we're requesting the two variances, as were previously mentioned. The one, which is to use the property for wholesale and limited retail sales, and the second variance is to allow two uses in the same building that both don't have the 750 square foot of floor space. Adding this secondary use on site would not have any negative impact for the local area. In fact, we believe it will be a better use than the repair business that existed there previously. Unlike that use, we will not have the lot jammed with inoperable vehicles. In fact, you won't see any junk vehicles on our site because that's not the type of service we provide. It's a service station, right? So we're talking oil changes, filter changes, things like that. Passing the property, it'll simply look like a busy service station without any indication of used car sales because we're not selling vehicles to passing customers on Trenton Road. The business will be open Monday to Saturday with no nights and no Sunday hours. In total, we're talking about 6 employees for the service station and potentially 3 for the wholesale business. For the service station, we're thinking a secretary, a service tech, and potentially 4 mechanics. For the wholesale business, the employee would be my client himself, a receptionist, and potentially an associate. If all goes according to plan, we hope that the uses would have about an even split on the property, with service center being about half of the business and the wholesaling being about half of the business. It should be noted, although it's not in front of the ZHB tonight, that we do have a long-term interest in improving the property, and that is the plan. We would like to expand the building to add additional repair bays, to better service the area, and also potentially add an office space. And he would like to install some stormwater management to address the flooding issues on the rear of the property. Again, while that's not in front of the ZHB tonight, we want to be honest and straightforward about our intentions on this property. It is to repair the building and to improve on the property itself and add to the building. But my client found out after purchasing the property that land development is a little more involved than he believed at the time. And he does now understand that he'll have to go to subdivision and land development to handle those things and potentially ask for variances as he expands the existing building on the property. So while we are proposing to renovate that space, that's not in front of you tonight. But as we go through the process, we do plan on more fully developing the property. But the use is not going to change. We don't plan on making any changes. So this is what my client is looking for, a long-term home for his business. He previously was operating out of shops in Philadelphia and Montgomery County, but he closed those down with the goal of moving here. And again, he mistimed things, not knowing the process, and has been working out of his home for a couple months now. But he does want to get the property with this approval up and running so that he can start running his business here in Falls Township. So we only need those 2 variances. And with that said, I have my client here tonight, and unless there are any preliminary questions, I offer his testimony to the board.
Any questions from the board?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to start it off. Typically, when you file for a variance, you need to file a hardship letter. I don't see any hardships mentioned in this whatsoever.
Understood. So, and I'll let my client speak to the hardship, but really it's the fact that this property is unique because it has a prior non-conforming use. And while we understand that he will be able to operate the service station, he believes that really these 2 types of uses are well fitted to each other and can marry very well in order to operate on the property and allow for his business to operate here in Falls Township and expand the business in Falls Township. I would let him discuss further the difficulty he's had in bringing your business here. When you purchased the property, what did you learn?
First thing I learned that everything failed in that building. I don't know how he was running that building. Everything was, I guess, against the code. Fire marshal was there, the electrical, the building. So I didn't know it was going to be this difficult to go. When I purchased it, if I knew, I probably wouldn't have purchased it. But now that I already own it, I have to get it going. I'm trying to get it up to code. I already applied a lot of my paperwork. I'm going in. I think I submitted for the permits, but we needed some more paperwork to submit. I mean, I'm sure Diane, correct? I'm sorry. She's aware because I've been bugging her a lot. Anything I have to do to bring the building up to code, I'm doing it because this isn't a rental for me. This is actually, my business. I'm going to be here for a long time. I have a long-term mortgage. And right now, my attorney said, I'm using other facilities. And not only is it costing me a lot, it's just a time factor to take the car, to drop it somewhere else, fix it, bring it back. I'm trying to get this location going and trying to get my also my license that I'm using right now. I have a PA dealership license with Pennsylvania, but I'm not using my facility. I'm using it as another address. I want to use my own facility. That's why I purchased this building.
No, I understand what you're saying. You have business, but that's not what I'm talking about in a hardship. I mean, hardship would be is lot odd size that you can't fit, you're in. I mean, the hardship we're looking for is a hardship, not because maybe you bought a building and it wasn't what you thought it was. That's not what a hardship is. The hardship would be
Right.
dimensional variances or something that just won't fit. You're not asking for expansions. You're not asking for any of that. You're asking for you're asking for
use
variances on stuff that's really, you don't really have to show a hardship to even ask for the variances.
I believe just the hardship, again, is just that he has the property, that its unique location is on Trenton Road, as you know, is previously used for this, and he just wants to sort of continue with what has been there and sort of bring forward, the use that's obviously prior non-conforming, but also married with the prior use. And the fact that the property is on Trenton Road and its location does add to the difficulty to put in different types of businesses there. And the fact that it has prior non-conforming use there, makes the property a bit unique.
I still don't see any hardship, but that's all I have.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the prior non-conforming use? So it was an auto repair shop that, like, if we were to say no to all this, you could still continue to operate it as an auto repair shop?
Correct.
You're asking, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
When you say, correct.
You've referred to the prior non-conforming.
Correct. So
Yeah.
it was an auto repair shop. We're looking to kind of mold that use into a service station so that
Yep.
there's really less deteriorated vehicles on the property, right? There's not those type of things sitting around. And in doing that, we're hoping to bring his wholesale vehicle business to the property, which we believe would improve the general look of the property, or at least the way it used to look. As you can see, my client improved it, improved the look of it since he's owned it. Does that answer your question or not really?
So what was the prior non-conformance?
It was an auto repair shop where they were actually, bringing vehicles and doing general
Yep.
repairs, right? But in doing that, they had vehicles sitting, waiting to do it. They had vehicles sitting out, waiting for parts and things like that. So the prior non-conforming use was auto repair.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. They also were doing some body work over there. They were also doing heavy engine work, transmission. That's a mechanic shop that it was running there. The reason I call it the auto service place, because I don't want to go too deep into engine job, transmission job. I don't want to do any body work, because that's like, the place didn't look good or right to me as a person that I'm in the business myself many years. So I'm trying to do more of less of a heavy duty work and no body work or no heavy engine transmission job. I don't know if it makes, I'm getting clear to you, but I want to a car will be in and out. I want to have a place. I want to, eventually when I do the construction, I want to have a bigger office. Customer can sit there, we change the tires, give them oil change, inspection, all that in and out. Instead of me holding a vehicle over there for like 2 weeks because now I'm looking for an engine to replace in there.
Got it. So in and out service, that's still auto repair, whether it's long-term or short-term.
Sure.
I think that's still just auto repair, and
Sure.
that's, that you can continue to do that. What you're asking for is the ability to also run a wholesale used car sales.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And you've said that you have a couple different clients for that. One is other local auto dealers that you do wholesale deals with, and then
Correct.
also private appointment-only
Correct.
sales. Okay.
So maybe explain the difference in those two type of vehicles. So Tell me the type of vehicle that you would be selling to the private individual,
Okay.
right, versus the type of vehicle that's being sold to a dealership, and the
Okay.
difference there, because I think it needs to be clear to the board
All right.
what's going on.
So the vehicles that I sell to my dealers, one of the biggest one is Fred Beans on, Abington. I mean, I have record to show the checks I received from them in the past year. So the way I do the business is when I purchase a car, I like to bring it to my own station, fix it, because I give everybody a guarantee for 48 hours. I don't just sell and goodbye and now, you're gonna, they have the vehicle for 2 days. If they like it, they purchase it and then we're good to go. The other vehicles that I call them the niche market is not a Hyundai Elantra that is like thousands of them out there. I like the unique cars that is not too many out there. They are not easily found, but they are still out there. Like for instance, the car I just sold. The gentleman drove here from Paramus, New Jersey. I made an appointment, I met with him, he came, he brought his trailer, loaded up, we went to a tag agency, did the transaction, he went. I sold another specialty BMW, the guy came from North Carolina. Stuff like that I would like to bring people in that, is one-of-a-kind vehicles or hard-to-find vehicles for retail.
Just so I'm clear, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're selling the normal vehicle that you're doing a little bit of repair on with that 48-hour warranty, that's to a dealership, correct?
Yeah, wholesale.
Yes.
That's the wholesale.
Those unique cars are the only cars you're selling to individuals, correct? Okay. So when you sell individual sales to an individual, there's typically a specialty car that they're finding online, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're taking the regular, we'll call it daily driver type of vehicles that you're selling to dealerships, those are your regular run-of-the-mill vehicle. That's going to a
The
wholesaler.
wholesalers,
or a
yes.
So help me understand, again, because this is not my business, but I've bought and sold cars before as a private individual. But help me understand, so both for the wholesale and for the niche market, how long do those cars sit there? Like, so you're getting them at auction or somewhere, you're bringing them in, you're doing whatever patch-up repair work needs to be done so that you can give them
The worst scenario would be 30 days because some of the vehicles, they call them title attached. The
Mhm.
title is not present at the auction when they sell the car. They have 30 days to hand us a title. That's the most, because when the car sits long time, that's a loss for me because I have to turn around and, sell the cars. If the car doesn't, for whatever reason, none of my wholesalers want it, it goes back to the auction. Because when I placed my last bet, there was somebody before me betting on it. So sometimes you take a loss and it goes, but my whole thing is the turnaround got to be real quick. Other than that, it wouldn't make sense for me to even do that.
So it's not a used car lot. It's not a lot
No.
full of, however many you would fit there, 30, 40 cars.
No,
You've got, what, 3 cars, 5 cars, a dozen cars at any given time that's sitting waiting for, again, wholesale
15
and private?
car would be the most because last Wednesday I bought 2 cars. I already had the buyer from because they told me what kind of cars they want. So once I got it, I sent the text down. The tow truck took it directly there because they were much newer cars. Because a lot of the cars I get from like year 2021 and higher, a lot of them are still in the warranty, manufacturer warranty. They come to the auction. So I don't have to hold them. But I do like to bring them into my service station, go over everything because it is still a used car.
And that's my point. Or not my point, but that's kind of where I was hoping we were going to go was you have consumers bringing their cars in to get
Yes.
their tires changed, and then you have retailers and wholesalers who also, there's business where cars need to be fixed. So it's still a auto service
Yes,
station, just with a variety of clients.
correct. And that's why once this goes through, I would have to come back because I need more base, basically. I need more, bigger place to be able to handle all this work.
Sure.
And I think maybe to address your concern, and if I'm being redundant, please let me know, but this isn't the type of place where we're gonna have a banner that says like used cars or, the
Right.
flags
Used car
that say
lot.
like,
Yeah.
No.
10 cars here under 10,000. We're not going in there, people aren't going in there to buy the car on that lot. When they're going there for that, it's really where the transaction will technically occur, but that's happening elsewhere. It's either happening online with these specialty cars, or it's happening where it's already been promised or, provided to a dealer, and it's sitting there waiting for the title to clear from the auction.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
No.
I still do. I still don't think that you're showing a hardship under the definition of a hardship or zoning hearing. I mean, the hardship you have is you show me is self-inflicted. It's not showing me that there's the lot's too short, it's too long, or not long enough, not wide enough. You're not asking anything that's under the hardship qualification. You're self-inflicted, more or less. You bought a building and you said it's in poor shape, unexpectedly and everything. But you're not really meeting the hardship as defined for zoning hearing. And I completely understand what you're doing. I mean, but I think first criteria of hardship, you're not meeting that at all.
What am I missing?
So the question is there a unique, and again, I don't want to be redundant, but I think just the unique piece of this property is that this is a prior non-conforming use in an area where, this has existed prior, and I understand your position, and I can explain that to my client.
Well, I understand, but
I understand.
it's still not showing a hardship under definition of a hardship. You're showing me a self-inflicted hardship. You bought a property that you want to use, and you want to add more non-conforming to it, but you're not showing hardship. It's business, not a hardship on the zoning hearing.
I understand.
I'm done.
All right, the board's going to step into an executive session.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
going back on the record, if we can just state for the record that the board took an executive session.
Is he ready for us? We have to,
Oh.
we have to get back online.
We're ready.
The board took executive session. They needed clarification on the MPC standards, including hardships, and I think that was the extent of the executive session. Thank you.
Anything from the township regarding this?
Yes, yeah, actually, yes. If the board is inclined to grant this variance, I request that they are specific that, on the condition that the use of the second use of the property is with the owner, not a separate user. If it's a separate business, then it requires an allocation of space. So if it's the same owner, it would not require that.
You agree with that, Brenna?
Yes, we would.
Anything else from the township, Matt? That's it?
That's all.
Awesome. Doesn't look like there's any public comment, so I would need a motion for or against this project.
I'll make a motion. I move that the application of Farner LLC requesting the variances from the following sections of the following Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted, with the condition that the second use is with the owner, not something separate,
Not a separate business.
not a separate business. Section 209-22.b, allow wholesale used cars with incidental appointment-only direct-to-consumer sales in addition to the existing auto repair use. And Section 209-22.f, allows two uses in the same building where both uses will not maintain minimum gross floor area of 750 feet at the property located at 131 Trenton Road, Fairless Hills, PA 19030, as depicted on the plans and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
I have a motion by Nastasha. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Aaron. Nastasha, can you call the board?
Bill,
No.
Aaron,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
and I'm a yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
With that being the last agenda item, just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a good night.